Hello everyone, Martin here, back with another Legacy video. Back playing 4-color Doomsday with the One Ring. Um, haven't made too many changes from what I've been playing lately, although I did cut I cut a Night's Whisper in lieu of Preordain a while back, and then I decided that it's probably a good idea to have Boseiju, who endures, have access to that because it beats Dress Down out of control decks and I suppose other enchantments that might be relevant, but Dress Down in particular is pretty good, and I think versus at least some types of control deck, I've realized that we don't want the One Ring, or at least not that many copies. We don't want to be all that sort of grindy. Instead, what we want is to be fast. I played against the TK Strachan Eternal Weekend winning list at my local game store. That's obviously not a thing on Magic Online because no Triumph of St. Catherine. But against that deck, like trying to outgrind them is just really not an option because they have Up the Beanstalk plus Leyline Binding, and I think those two cards pretty much just render the One Ring plan kind of vulnerable. So I would much rather try and go fast, and I think ideally I would like I would like to find room for an Emrakul in the Shelldog Isle alongside the Boseiju, but I'm not exactly sure what to cut. The sideboard is like trying to have a chance against Mags of the Moon, so against Moon Stompy and Boros Initiative, and we want to have removal to go against the Delver decks alongside. Basically, against Delver, we want 4 carpet to or 4 plow, 2 carpet, and then the black cards here. Even Dismember, it might seem a bit sort of suboptimal to be taking up to 4 damage to remove a creature, but if you take 4 damage to kill a Dragon's Race Chandler, that is Delirious or a Flip Delver. I mean, that's less than 2 swings worth of damage of that creature, so it might still be worth it. But the Dismembers are primarily there to kill the Mags of the Moon. Yeah, I feel like the sideboard is a bit stretched. Like, we don't have that much against combo, but we are, like, in the main deck pretty well set up, so I don't know. I'm going to see how this goes. Let's jump into a league. On the draw for round number 1 with a keepable hand. This hand loses pretty hard to Chalice for 1. I put him all against the 6, but it has some good tools, some good play to it. Other than that, I think Volcanic Island typically doesn't belong in the same deck as Chalice, so that's good. And historically, but even with recent history, I would say Volcanic Island is indicative of like Rug Delver, could be Grixis Delver, could be Sneak and Show. So if they want to wrestle over a Ponder, I'm happy to trade since I have a second cantrip, and like a Spell Pierce here would be kind of annoying, but if they Daze, this is they're setting themselves back a land, which I think is okay. So if this is Sneak and Show, then I'm gonna wish I had the Force of Will, but I think it's more likely it's Delver. I'm gonna shuffle these away, and Preordain is fine. I'm not gonna play out the pedal. I don't want to show them what we are. Underground Sea, more so than before, can mean more things than just combo. If this is a Lorien revealed, okay. So this could also be like a 4 or 5 color control deck. Or it could be, actually, you know what, this could be Rhinos. That's a deck I'm typically not that used to playing around or like, yeah. I don't know. Let's start off with a Preordain. If it is Rhinos, I kind of wish I had that Force of Will. Well, we have both of these cards already. We don't need duplicates. There's a Veil of Summer. Days could potentially do something, but they are like a Simian Spirit Guide, Elvish Spirit Guide kind of deck. Teferi is a hard lock against them, if it is what I think it is. So let's hope to not get obliterated now. This is their turn 3 is their sort of combo turn. Oh, there we go. So they have it. Honestly, I think I am better off not like wasting a Lotus Petal trying to find uh, the interaction. So they're gonna have 10 power next turn. We can bounce with Teferi, bounce a Rhino if we were so inclined. Oh, there was a daze. Damn. Okay, let's get rid of one of these Veil of Summer, and probably the Cavern of Souls, and then I will. I guess I'll Lorien Revealed here. I'm not dying next turn, and I want the shuffle plus the land. Probably take a Tundra here and play that out. And I'll pass. The One Ring is great, or at least buys us a turn. Alright, we take 10, we go to 10. They could have stuff like Fire Ice, they could ice one of our lands here, which would be kind of annoying. They could have Mystical Dispute, Veil of Summer, yuck. Okay, so if I play Teferi here and bounce a dude, I think I'm gonna play Teferi and then I'll back it up with Veil, but then I'll bounce a dude. I'll be at 4 if they just go for me, which, you know, that would be fair if they did. What's this? Oh, it's Violent Outburst. Okay, and they spent a spirit guide. I'm gonna daze that. I mean the Crashing Footfalls that they're gonna bump into here. If they have another spirit guide, that would kind of suck. Then I still have the force. Okay, that's countered. Okay, let's bounce a thing here. Oh, and there's Doomsday. So I think we just win. Yeah, oh, sweet. Alright. That was a very pleasant exchange. Okay, so we want Thassa, we want LED, we want Consider, and 2 Cyclers. So Thassa goes on the bottom with a Cycler above it, and then the remaining 3 cards, the order doesn't matter because we'll be casting Brainstorm. Okay, put back Veil, put back Consider, play out the LED, cycle Edge, maintaining priority and sacking LED for blue. We'll draw the Consider, put the Veil into the graveyard, draw our Street Wraith, and cycle that into Thassa, and that's a clean as you like it with Teferi as the defense. Alright. Sheoldred is good if we can resolve her. Not that they draw cards, but she does just sort of blank their army of rhinos more or less, and is a relevant clock. I think Force of Negation is a fair inclusion. I think they do play Magus of... Oh, no, actually, they would play Blood Moon, wouldn't they? And not Magus. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not sure about the Dismember. Maybe they... Why is it actually that they play Blood Moon over Magus? Come to think of it. Maybe because people keep in removal versus them. That would kind of make sense. I don't know about the Dismember. And conversely, the Boseiju, yeah, I'm not sure. Teferi is obviously great against them. I didn't really pay enough attention to see if they had like Minsk and Boo or whatever in the cards they revealed. But that's a card they can play. I think I'm gonna cut LED and consider and just be a bit like happy to be a bit slower. And I'll cut one of the cyclers, and I'll cut a daze. So the question is, do we want any removal? So what they typically also do is they bring in that blue card, Inevitable Betrayal, that I lost in my last league with this deck. So they can take our creatures. So it's not just like the Cascaders are not just cascading into Crashing Footfalls anymore. So if they take a Shoulder, that's like really bad. We then need to hit Teferi, and we could offset that by bringing in like Plow or yeah, I guess even Dismember, but I don't know. Do we take in one Dismember just to... No, I'm not going to do that. If they show us Magus of the Moon, I will adjust accordingly. Okay, so I just want to see land, pedal, Teferi. How about that? Okay, I'll keep this. It's we don't have turn 1 protection if they have like the turn 1 double Spirit Guide opener, but yeah, it's what it is. I think I am going to cycle the Street Wraith. Oof, that is a little bit much of that card. Oh, well, there's a Teferi. We almost have enough to play him. Okay, I am gonna draw Teferi, and then I'm gonna play out the pedal. And, oh no, okay, just Lore Revealed. I do wonder if I'm supposed to play the Teferi out now. I feel like they almost certainly are gonna have something. It's gonna cost me my pedal. Alternatively, we brainstorm now and keep open the like shuffle with the Lore Revealed, and then yeah, I think maybe I like that more. So let's dump a Dark Ritual or two. I feel quite vulnerable to pass the turn here, but then on the other hand, if they do combo on this turn here, then they're not doing it. But if they were to, we could at least sort of untap into a pretty decent turn. Okay, they seem to have F6 here. I'm gonna grab a Tundra, and then I'm gonna I don't know. I think I just elbow tap the Teferi here. We could go pondering looking for a force or something off, but then it would cost us the pedal, which it may just do anyways. Floating green mana. Okay, so it's like Violent Outburst. Okay. So if they now hit the Inevitable Betrayal, they didn't. They hit the Footfalls. Okay. So they have the Rhinos. Oh, and then they force. Okay. Force of Negation, pitching Force of Negation. I think I'm just going to let this happen. And then I'll take, 8 next turn? And then we have Dark Ritual Doomsday plus a bunch of cantrips. See if we can work it out. Kind of hope they don't have more counter magic. So if I go land, that's 5 mana. Dark Ritual, that's 7. Doomsday, that's 4. And then we could brainstorm and try and hit like the One Ring and some protection. Don't hate that. So let's say we would be at 4, and then take 1 from the One Ring. Yeah. We would be at 3 if we fetch after the Doomsday, and then we tap to draw a card. Then we go to 2 once it's our next turn. Yeah, I think that's also acceptable. Well, let's see. They might have another force. Okay, so we want the Thassa. We want some kind of force of will thing. We want the One Ring. We want I guess, tropical island. Why not? And what, Cavern of Souls? I'm not sure it's going to matter. So let's say we brainstorm now. We draw the force of will, the One Ring, and the Thassa, and then we put back like Thassa and Ponder. We fetch Tropical Island. Then the deck is Cavern of Souls, Thassa's Oracle, Ponder. But then we we can't draw. If we draw then with the One Ring, we lose. Well, no, then there is 2 cards left in the deck. Then we untap, draw 1, then we can't activate the One Ring again. So maybe then the Cavern of Souls would need to be like an Edge of Autumn instead. Yeah. I'm not sure what's more likely, that they have like a Brazen Borrower to bounce it, or that they have another counterspell. Okay, so just make sure I got this. Brainstorm tapping basic island. Oh no, hang on. I don't have mana to cast the One Ring yet. So I need 1 more mana. We can make that a Dark Ritual, I guess. Now that still costs us the Petal. Screw that. So we'll make it another Petal. Okay, let's just see here. Brainstorm, drawing Force of Will, Lotus Petal, the One Ring. Put back Ponder. But then, fuck me. Yeah, this isn't going to work. That Force of Will needs to be something else. Like, they could be sitting on a Force right now and just, thinking, well, we have lethal, we're just going to let them Doomsday, but then... am I even able to get any protection in here then? Okay, let's brainstorm. Cast Brainstorm. No, I think in that case, let's just take the Cavern, I guess. So we brainstorm, draw Petal, One Ring, and Thassa. Put back whatever, Thassa and a Ponder, and then figure it out from there. I think that's okay. Trop. Cavern. All right, let's see here. Okay, put back Thassa and a Ponder. Get the Tropical Island. And then let's see if that resolves. They're already Force of Will, Force of Negation, pitching Force of Negation. Okay, I'm gonna pass for now. I suppose this is a deck that could be playing like Hull Breacher, but actually, you know what? I am gonna draw, because the next turn I can cast Ponder to draw the last card, and this gives me a better shot at beating Endurance, I think. I'm not sure if I'll have enough to do that anyways. And if they found a hard counter for Thassa, then it's, that's too bad. Oh, I guess it's not too bad because I have the Cavern. Never mind. Oh, never mind. Okay, let's try this. I don't think I beat Endurance here, but I guess we could try. So my deck is going to be 6 cards deep. I'll draw 2. Yeah, no, this doesn't work. I'll draw 2 with the One Ring. Let's say I draw Brainstorm. That's 3. I'll still have 3 cards left in the deck. All right, GG's. You got me. All right, Endurance, huh? I didn't see anything here from them to really make up my mind in any meaningful way, so I think this is probably fine to ship it as it is. I still have pretty high hopes of like an early Sheoldred wreaking havoc. This is a shuffle or a mulligan. I mean, there is Sheoldred. Let's keep her. This is turn 3 Sheoldred though. It's not exactly stellar. And I don't have a blue card for my force. All right, let's hope turn 3 is good enough on the play here, or alternatively to draw like a Dark Ritual next turn. The turn 3 Cavern of Souls Sheoldred is pretty nice. Oh no! Oh, they suspended it. I thought we were getting turn 1 can of Rhinos. Okay. Now we have a card to pitch to Force of Will, which would mean we don't get to cast that we don't get to cast a Doomsday. But so I'm gonna name Phyrexian here, and I'm gonna get yeah, Underground Sea. That's probably. So maybe I'm just supposed to make this a 10-turn clock here. I'm not sure, or I guess a 9-turn clock now, because I don't think it's really responsible to ever attack into Sheoldred. Oh, sorry, into like open potential petty theft. Yeah, I'm gonna allow this. Another land just makes me be able to cast her naturally, and I can Dark Ritual, which they would then probably fight over. Shardless Agent. All right, let's see what they hit. Footfalls. Okay. Alrighty. There's a lot of potential damage coming my way. Okay, I'm gonna Dark Ritual here. Kind of hope they force now that I drew the Veil. And let's get the shoulder down. I'm not feeling too comfortable now. So they'll get to deal me 6, but then I guess I'll be gaining life. So I will protect her now. Yeah, get fucked. That means I'm not gonna be able to force the second crashing footfalls, but I will deal with that when we get there. And Shoulder will just eat up these, but I think they probably have to attack. I'm not sure though. If they don't attack, I think I just pull too far ahead. Alright, I'm gonna just not pay life here and get to draw a card. Ugh, double Doomsday. No, that's no good. Because I think like their plan, unless they're like sitting on another, like a third Brazen Borrower, that would be pretty devastating. But I think if not, then their plan anyway is going to be to attack. So they, so if they can't, like Fire Ice also kills Shoulder here, but I think I have to. Yeah, they have their ping spells. Ugh. Violent Outburst with another Spirit Guide. Yikes. Okay. So I think that means we just lose. Wow. I just don't seem to be able to beat this matchup. They hit another. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm gonna just take my draw step here, see if somehow I draw like a brainstorm that does something, but no. Alright, GG's. Yeah, I don't know. So they had 2 Brazen Borrowers or Petty Thefts that made me have to Force of Will something that could otherwise have been like one of their like 3 cans of Rhinos, but I think that yeah, they lined up pretty well against my Sheoldred. But yeah, maybe I overestimated. Maybe I just tend to overestimate her value in this matchup, but yeah, it feels pretty tough. Like, you know, in the one game I lost because they had endurance, and the other one I just got overwhelmed by their like tempo plan, I guess. All right, off for round number 2. All right, on the draw for round number 2. It's a little bit heavy on the 3 and 4 drops here, but I think I'll keep. Opponent mulligans to 6. They're down to 5. I have concerns. Okay, it's that deck. Sort of the 8 cast automaton version. Let's just cast a ponder here. I'd like to find a dark ritual or force of will, I guess. Yeah. I'll take the force of will and the third land. That seems decent. Second automaton. Okay. Second automaton. All right, I'm just gonna auto yield here. Not gonna do anything. They can have a Mox Opal. Ooh, Wasteland. Glad I have some more lands coming. Wow, I've not seen Wasteland out of this deck before. At least what I can remember. There was a Tundra underneath here, but I do think probably I probably get basic island here actually and just start looking for a dark ritual. Oh, this is okay. Let's draw the Lorien Revealed. Not sure I'll have the time for this though, honestly. Pithing Needle. Okay. So they must be an Urza's Saga deck. That makes sense. I'm not gonna force a Pithing Needle. They are taking a long time. They probably, or they could be looking me up. Oh, and Cold Name Doomsday. Yeah, they probably looked up my finishes, which is fair. Okay, so I take 7 now. So I'm basically dead here. Don't think I can afford to draw that land. But no, but actually I think I do. So I'll take if they have an artifact in their hand or on top of their deck, I'm just dead. This is on cast, right? Not yeah, when you cast. Wow, rough deal. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this Underground Sea here, and we'll see if we get lucky or if we're just dead. Well, they're tapping mana. All right, we're just dead. Okay, that was brutal, and I do wish I had my Pernicious Deed, which is what had to make way for the Boseiju. If they're like a bobble deck, then the Orcish Bowmasters are certainly reasonable. This plan kind of withers in the face of like Ursa Saga, but it's not terrible. I don't think I could obviously be very wrong. Didn't see very much of them, but I don't think they're a blue deck. Like I don't know. You would be a blue deck because you want Emery in that shell, right? But then at the same time, you're also playing Wasteland. Just trying to work out if like Veil of Summer is something that I want in my life. I'm gonna try and cut Veil and what Cycler and see how this plays out. If they're like a triple Teferi, I think I have to mulligan this. Yeah, this is better. Let's keep this and let's throw away the Tundra, I think. So opponent mulligan to 5 and completely destroyed us. That was very impressive. Yeah, those patchwork automatons, like versus a sort of dirtly deck that doesn't do anything for 3 turns other than cantrip is, there's another one. Okay. Oh, they pass? Hamana, okay. So I think they can't cast an artifact at instant speed, so I think I'm okay to move to their turn, though I'm not really sure what I'm gaining. No, I think I'm just supposed to do it now. They can't force of negation this anyways. Oh, what? This has ward. What the fuck am I talking about? Never mind. I got all starry-eyed thinking I could kill this. Okay. Then I should definitely have kept it. They're gonna cast an artifact. What are we kidding? Who are we kidding? But like, Okay, I feel like I'm getting smoked hard by this deck. And, hmm. Are we going to be happy that we pondered first before casting this One Ring? I think possibly. I think this Force of Will is a day late and $1 short. I'm not sure what I'm forcing here. Yeah, I think I want Shouldered and or Teferi and or Doomsday. Let's get Scrubland here. Oh, wait. So they are also a Force of Will deck? They were certainly pausing on that Dark Ritual. Okay, no. That's in. Maybe they're not a force deck, maybe they just don't care. Okay, I'm gonna attack here. Even the 1 damage might matter. They're like pumping on that Ancient Tomb over there. Now, unfortunately, the Orcish Bowmasters is not going to trigger under that Torpor Orb. But we can block. This isn't like Kappa Cannoneer. So they're giving up on the... Oh, this is a Dreadnought deck. Wow, that's cool. Okay, I'm super dead, but that is cool. Okay. I guess we draw 2 here. Hopes and prayers and all that. Yeah. So, how much am I taking next turn? 12, and then I can like chump block the 2 automatons, and I'll be at 3. And then I'll take 2. Doesn't seem very good. Let's try and cast Brainstorm. Well, that ain't good. In the words of Buster Scruggs. I already made my land drop. What's the plan here? We can block. We can take 11 next turn by blocking, by playing the Bowmasters and then blocking. But that's not, that's hardly optimal, huh? I'm not, and then, so I'll take what? I'll take 11. I'll be at 4. 3 from the fetch, then take 2 from the ring. Then what happens? I somehow, like, I draw Shieldred and then gain some life momentarily, but then just lose hard. Let's remove this Flooded Strand, actually. And let's, is there a reason to, no, I think probably we just pass here. There's no reason to do it main phase. Wow, this is, I did not see that Dreadnought coming. I was all like, oh, they metagamed against me with the Torpor Orb, because they spent a long time thinking on that Pithing Needle, so I sort of assumed they were looking up my deck. But, oh, shoot, hang on. I forgot they have Pithing Needle, so I should have, they're going to name Flooded Strand now. Or the One Ring, I guess. I guess in either case it won't matter. Shadow Spear. That also slaps here. They should equip it onto one of the patchworks. Yeah, they do. In which case I am le dead. All right. I did not. I feel like I brought a knife to a gunfight here. I was not prepared to play against that super aggro, hateful, sort of workshops type aggro deck. All right, on to round number 2. All right, on the draw yet again for round number 3. Gonna keep this hand. Yeah, the Lore and Revealed makes this hand like possible to keep. Okay. Right. Dark Ritual into wow, we are getting really just turned over here. Well, sometimes that happens. Okay. What's this? Hex Mage, a lot of swamps. So they did somewhat kind of whiff here. They didn't catch a discard card. So they keep a Dark Ritual, a Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, and they keep a Swamp, and they keep a Hex Mage, and a Dark Ritual. Okay. And they play the Hex Mage, sure. Alright, well, Dark Ritual. It's not a terrible pickup here. I don't think we can afford to play around Wasteland, uh, which I suppose could be in this deck. So we'll be taking 8 next turn. They do have 3 cards, one of which is a swamp, so they have 2 potential. Yeah, this is a shuffle. Okay, I'm a little bit concerned about spinning my wheels here. What's this do? Target creature gains fear. That's a blast from the past. Okay, so they gain a bunch of life. We're at 11. We'll be at. Oof, is this lethal? This is 10 damage next turn. Yeah, this is practically lethal. Oh, heartbreak. Take 10. I don't think there's anything we can ponder into, so I'm just gonna concede here. Yep. Their turbo start was good enough here. I don't hate some white removal here. I think Teferi is, while it's nice to be able to bounce something, that means that something has entered play, and we're doing it for 1 mana instead. I think I'm okay cutting a Cycler and 1 Lorien, and then sort of trying to remain fast in the other sort of aspects of our game plan. All right. Yeah, I'll keep this. Faux show. They only get to 6. So I'm going to it's not force well. I'm gonna Doomsday here, and then I'm going to put a blue card on top. And a way we could lose here, we can't win, unfortunately, because we don't have Night's Whisper in the deck. A way we could lose here is if they do actually have Wasteland. Because what I want to do is put a, I guess, blue card, could be Force of Will, on top. Okay, never mind, they just concede. Interesting. Do we do anything differently here? Probably not. Okay, I mean, this would be great on the play. They're mulliganing to 6. I'm going to keep this. I'm not going to go all out on trying to hit force, which then may just get, like, griefed anyways. This hand plays. There's also a little bit about, like, ooh, Leyline of the Void. So they're a Helm combo deck as well? Okay. Okay. So they get to Thoughtseize. Okay. So Plow, which is very telling. So they have a creature they are concerned about. I'm gonna just play these cards. So now that the Veil is face up, I'm not sure. Like, I don't suppose we can expect them. Okay, so that's why they saved it. But I mean, this is not that impressive. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to just cycle the Veil now. Nah, probably not. Better to keep that as insurance. Okay, we could brainstorm. Oh wait, they have Urborg? We could just cast Doomsday. Alright, I'm gonna pass here. Wow, that Urborg is pretty sweet. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast the One Ring next turn, and then like have a probably like unbeatable untap. Um, so if we if we just tap this Delta, then it could get whatever wastelanded. It doesn't matter. But if we crack it and they have Oppo agent, that's pretty terrifying. So I am just gonna actually go like this. This is Bowmasters? Yeah, whatever. They are playing at the correct time to get their trigger in. I think probably I like activate it now. They might have a second Bowmasters, which would like it's a marginal thing, but it would make their thing bigger. Okay, so like if their hand is like Dark Ritual and they draw Helm of Obedience or vice versa, then we lose on our next turn, I guess. Okay, but one of their things was a swamp. And they are tapping out here. Grief, but I have protection. Oh, okay, so we get to win. Hooray! So what is in the void with a nothing? Nothing is in the void right now with a void counter on it. Yeah, let's just cast Doomsday. Let me just make sure. What did I sideboard out? I get to draw twice, 2 cards, and I still have 2 cyclers. Yeah, we're fine. Let's cast the Doomsday. And we'll draw both cyclers with the One Ring. And we can cycle into Thassa's Oracle and a Lotus Petal. And we can have like another Doomsday on the bottom. Who cares? Let me just make sure I didn't fuck this up. The Plow definitely doesn't have a void counter on it. No. Yeah, because we're not emptying the deck here. We could probably do that with the Brainstorm, but I'm not too fussed. Yeah, let's just yield. Oh, hang on. No! I forgot. Oh, I'm such a klutz. Oh my. Yeah, I'm terrible. I forgot. I forgot that I didn't have protection anymore, and I needed to Veil here. And would you imagine if I had just put another Lotus Petal as the bottom card instead of that Doomsday? We'd win right now. So let's see. Right now, I take 2, I go to 5. Then I take 1 from the edge, go to 4, and then I take another 3. So I think I still live. Holy smokes. That was very incredibly sloppily played on my part. I just completely missed that. I feel like there's a proverb on a certain Grim Tutor here that may or may not be sort of apt right now. He who goes unpunished never learns, I believe it goes. So, am I going to learn something or am I going to go unpunished? Whew. Well, that wasn't pretty, but we got there. Off to round number 4. On the draw, 4 times in a row, whatever. Yeah, I think I'll keep this super awkward but potentially great hand. I can like 3 for 1 myself and then immediately get a card back, I guess. Is that how the math works? On my turn 1 here, get the One Ring going, but we need to draw a blue card for the force. Opponent mulligans to 6. Seems to be the story of this league. My opponent's mulliganing and then killing me. Okay, Urza Saga, right. Currency converter. What does that mean? Mox diamond. Okay. Interesting. Right on, right on. Ugh. Oh, that's so bad. I physically felt like I was being stabbed or something. I had like a bodily reaction. Okay, my hand is now completely useless. How about a Doomsday? Nope. I don't think I care. I'm gonna like I was gonna do I play out both pedals to be able to like Dark Ritual, use both pedals and then Force of Will and effectively 4 for 1 myself, but I don't think there's anything I'd like to do that would sort of make that a thing. I don't know. Another saga, okay. Something tells me I shouldn't be like banking on the long game here. So I need to draw something right now. Okay. Brainstorm qualifies. Get rid of the 2 lands, I think. Because if this Ponder hits Doomsday, we get to just win. No. Jeez, I almost brainstormed. I need to Ponder. Come on. Doomsday? Yes. Okay. So unless the last card in their hand interacts with us here, and it would have to be like, I don't know. I guess like anything is possible. Like they could, there was that Rainbow Depths deck that played like Stifle in the main deck, but yeah, they also had like Flusterstorm. But let's hope that's not the case. All right, consider LED, Edge of Autumn, Thassa's Oracle, and a Street Wraith. The old classic pile. And let's hope they don't have anything to interact with us. They can't cast Endurance right now. All right, put back Force and consider on top. They can cast Endurance. What am I saying? They have a treasure token. I missed that. Yeah. Well, let's hope let's hope it's not Endurance. In which case, I will have a mighty big 9-card deck. Okay, so they're going to draw a card and discard a card. And then concede. Sure. Not sure if they just did that for show or if they actually had meaningful outs. I'm also really not sure what I want here. My creatures don't line up well against like a Ursa Saga game plan. Could be the Force of Negations and the Boseiju or like all I want, but I really don't know if I should be expecting like Dark Depths or whatever. They did Thoughtseize us, so kind of feel like keeping in the Veil. Maybe I'll like board out 1 or 2 Teferi. And then I think probably versus this deck, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to just go willy-nilly like off with a Lion's Head I'm in hand. So maybe I'll like dump these. Actually, then I think I want the 3rd Teferi, because like Teferi plus and then like End Step Doomsday is a thing that could be interesting. Also, like, if it does get grindy, then Teferi bouncing your own ring can, like, I've stabilized from super low life total before with that sort of game approach. Okay, gonna keep this and kind of hope they don't Thoughtseize away our Lauren Revealed. It's almost at a point where I feel like I would need to Force of Will Thoughtseize, but I don't think I am going to. Okay. That's the one that you draw cards if you're Hellbent, right? Yeah. Yeah. Just gonna float this innocent-looking scrub land. There's Saga. Okay, I'm gonna let Dark Ritual resolve. Liliana of the Veil. I probably am going to kill her, or counter her, I mean. Liliana of the Veil. You don't see that card in Legacy anymore. That often, at least. Okay, let's get Underground Sea. And, guess I like to draw a Dark Ritual here. I'm gonna hate that. Instead, I draw a second Ponder. Regretting now that I didn't pitch first Ponder. Yeah. Oh, this Teferi is just gonna line up so incredibly poorly versus those constructs. Let's actually draw the days right now. We might get to like save ourselves from a construct by dazing something here if they, I don't know, like Dark Ritual, then I guess we don't save anything. Looks like they are. Okay, I don't think daze meaningfully does anything against Dark Ritual after all. Smallpox. Okay, so this is pox. So if I daze now, then they pay, then they don't get a construct. So I think that's probably worth it. Means I lose an extra card and I'm set back an extra land drop, but yeah, I think that does matter because it also means they can't, like, they don't get any constructs this way unless they have another Dark Ritual. Okay, so we each lose a life. We each sack or discard a card. Huh. So I'm drawing Veil of Summer. I think it's actually the Ponder, believe it or not. They discard Bloodghast. They already made their land drop. So I'm going to draw Veil of Summer here. And there's a tropical island underneath that I would ideally love to draw. Just because lands matter now. Oh, they have the last Dark Ritual. Get out of here. Okay, so they get a 1/1, which then becomes a 2/2, and I'm not sure if maybe I'm supposed to Polluted Delta to crack that. Like if they have Pithing Needle, it's pretty bad. I don't know. I really want that drop. I'm gonna hate myself. I'm gonna let this happen. Okay, that was just the currency converter. And a land, which what? Oh, nothing. Okay. Okay, so oh yeah, the Bloodghast, that's kind of annoying, but potentially beatable. So we can at least like at some point get towards bouncing the construct, and then they have the currency converter sort of working. I always forget exactly how this works. So they get to loot, but instead, like when they discard a card, they can tuck it underneath it. And if it's a land, they get a creature token. Oh no, that. Wait, put a card exile with currency converter. Okay, sure. So that is something they then need to do. So what was exiled? Oh, never mind. They're not finished doing it. Okay, so a Bayou. That's not too scary. So now they can spend this next turn cycle for this currency converter, like turning Bayou into treasure token that will grow this. So that's certainly not nothing. All right, so I take 5 here. I'm at 11. And then I think I probably, depending on what we draw here, I play Teferi and then bounce the construct. And then Bloodghast kills Teferi, but that's also okay. Okay, need to get Tundra here. Then next turn we can play the One Ring if we don't lose any lands and see where that takes us. Okay, let's get rid of that one. Dark Ritual, okay, so even if we do get like wastelanded or smallpoxed, we can still. Oh, Is this the Lockthwain thing? Black, black, and that, yeah. Yeah, that's a nice little draw engine for them. Do they take damage? Oh. Oh, fuck off. Yep, that was good. Good for them. They take the One Ring here. I think maybe our best draw is Doomsday. They're killing Teferi. Doomsday or another with the One Ring. Come on. Street Wraith. The answer to our predicament can't possibly be for me to play out like spend a Dark Ritual casting Street Wraith, can it? I don't think so. Like, it's just a question of time before they get like Terra's Saga. This does take a turn off the clock though. Ooh. Well, hello there. Thank you, Brain, for convincing me to make this choice. Alright, the One Ring is in. Gonna draw a card. Draw Doomsday. I mean, this is suddenly shaping up quite nicely. Okay, so they draw a card and discard Ursa Saga, which then gets tucked underneath the converter. Well, our cards lined up very well. So they draw a card. Now they have two cards. If they have like green card plus endurance, that works. At least, you know, to some extent. We're gonna get to go Doomsday, draw two off of the ring. And so if we, I don't know. We also have this Veil of Summer, but it's not like they can't get to do anything that I think Veil would matter. I suppose they could Surgical Extraction with the One Ring draw on the stack, and we could Veil in response and make sure that we draw like. All right, it seems our opponent lost connection to the game. Now they're back. We're in their turn. They have two cards. I'm just trying to work out what they could have. They could have like Mind Break Trap. They could have Surgical Extraction. They could have Endurance plus green card. That's sort of it, I think. So I take one. I'm at 7. And we draw Forceful. That's nice. So let's cast Doomsday here. I can't get Mind Break trapped. And I think we want, of course, the Thassa. We also want to be able to, which we can right now, tap a green for Veil and still have Thassa mana. So let's say we draw Thassa, or rather we draw Force of Will plus Edge of Autumn, and then Edge of Autumn into Thassa, and then we could, not really sure. As we've seen in the last round, what you, even on the sort of fringes, put in actually may end up mattering. Is there a world where like if they shuffle everything and we somehow can't do anything about it, we get to like the One Ring? Nah, right? Let's say that they Surgical us here. Then like I tap to draw, they Surgical us. We have put Force of Will on top, then I Veil of Summer, draw that with the Surgical on stack, then Pitch Force on the Surgical. And then if they have a second Surgical, I'm fucked, or a Mind Break Trap, but can't beat everything, right? How about if it's like a cantrip and a land? Or I suppose like a Teferi wouldn't be bad. What does this land cantrip do for us here? So if somehow I end up with the land and the cantrip, I could then play the land, cast the cantrip. Yeah, whatever. Don't think it'll end up mattering. But so the important thing here is to have Thassa be the middle card, and then Force of Will be the top card, so we can veil into that in case they surgical in response. But they didn't, so it doesn't matter. Alright, Thassa's Oracle with Force and Veil. Alright, sweet. Managed to beat Pox. Let's see if we can get a win in the final round. Let's go. Alright, we managed to go 5 for 5 for being on the draw. I think I keep this hand. It's a little bit loosey-goosey, I believe, but yeah. I'm sure you can you can see how this might not go right, but we'll see. Looks like it is. Wow, I've not seen this art before. It's a cool art. Doomsday, right? Okay. Well, I think I do just pass here. Yeah, this probably is a no-brainer. Maybe I was supposed to get something that makes green or white here, but if they force, okay, I brainstorm then. Nope. Okay, so they have Doomsday, but one card in hand. Alright, so this looks like straight Demir Turbo. Let me just grab a screenshot of that. There we go. Okay. That doesn't seem to be anything too out of the ordinary. The LED is here. There's a Thassa's Oracle, so it's a double Oracle pile or build. I see 2 Edge of Autumns. I see 1 Street Wraith. And how many Force of Wills? 4 days, 1 days, 2 days. Yeah, I think we've lost, but we shall see. Also, because now I could shuffle with the lore reveal, but it's going to cost me my pedal. I think I would rather get the One Ring in play, see if somehow we're able to squeeze out of this, but we aren't, because we know like the top two cards of our deck. So you could very well argue that there is that we're not supposed to show them we have the One Ring here. They paused, indicating they could do something, so maybe their last card in hand is Days. That'd be pretty sick. Okay. Alright, let's just pass here. I'll draw before the end of their turn, but not sure we'll get any more turns actually. So they have fetch land here. They saw Petal, so they're probably feel pretty safe knowing that they can't get like dazed, or not dazed, like a creature removed. All right. Okay, so it's interesting running into the mirror in the final round here. Okay. I think we would probably need something like Doomsday plus Dark Ritual. I don't know. Let's draw 2 cards. Okay, so they get to consider here. So I think probably I brainstorm here. There's a world where we draw Brainstorm Dark Ritual Doomsday. I mean, the Cavern of Souls was not in their pile. Oh, sorry, not in the exile zone. So it's obviously going to be in their pile. So all we could hope for here maybe is that they can't empty the deck right now, and that they like somehow worry about plow because they saw the One Ring, but nope. All right, on to the sideboard. So I want my creatures and my forces of negation, and I want. I don't hate Carved of Flowers, honestly. Well, let's say I hate it whenever someone plays it against me when I'm on Doomsday. I think we want a couple of plows at least, because I do worry about them having like Teferi, Shieldred. So let's shave some fast mana stuff. Let's shave the Consider, shave the Cyclers, at least some of them. Yeah, I don't hate that. Teferi is mid. I'll cut the preordain. I guess one Lorien revealed. They're not pressuring our mana in any way, so we're on 22 blue cards. That's okay. It's unfortunate that Lorien revealed can't get Scrubland because we want both white and black mana. This hand does, but Leyline of Sanctity. Okay, I don't have anything that targets them, I believe, but they don't know that. It's fine to board that in, I guess. They did mulligan to 6, but they'd be expecting Thoughtseize and stuff. Let's hope they Thoughtseize us right into this open tropical island. Oh no, get out. Let's cycle this Veil of Summer real quick. If it resolves, we may draw Daze or Force. If they daze it, okay. Never mind. I'm not gonna Edge of Autumn. YOLO. That's a shame. So I think we've just lost. They had just the turn 1 Doomsday, and I didn't keep a hand with Force, which may or may not even have worked. All right, let's see what they have here. They kept in their personal tutors. They have Shieldred there, 2 Shieldreds. All right. Not really sure what I'm drawing here that's going to make a difference. Another Teferi. So I think I actually get a Tundra right now. Just on the off chance that they don't play around Plow, and then we could play Teferi next turn if we do get a next turn, if we were to be so inclined. Sheldog Isle. Oh, actually, you know what? Emrakul cannot come out underneath Sheldog Isle or underneath a Teferi. I pretty much expect them to have an answer for this Teferi, like a Daze or a Force. I didn't check, but well, whatever. Yeah, GG's, I guess. I guess maybe that's where I cycle the Edge of Autumn, just to see if I can hit a Force of Will. All right, I am just gonna go cry now and see if I do hit a Force of Will right here. All right, I didn't. All right, GG's opponent. Okay, well, that was a very interesting league, a bit frustrating at times. I feel like I made changes, especially I added the Boseiju in place of the Pernicious Deed, and got a bit punished because I played basically against 0 decks where I needed the Boseiju, but several decks where the deed would have been nice. One deed is not gonna make or break. I think that that affinity aggro matchup open, but it certainly could have been very, very good there. And yeah, didn't play against blue control at all. Um, Rhinos is a matchup that continues to frustrate me, and to which I've yet to find like a good approach. I think if you're on a faster, like more turbo version of Doomsday, like our last opponent was, I think maybe you're a bit better off versus Rhinos. But then at the same time, it's they are an 8 force deck. Like that's somewhat hard to just jam into, and because of the spirit guides, your dazes are weaker. So I don't know. Um, I think we. I don't feel like there was that much play to the final round versus the mirror or the pseudo mirror. Our opponent just had Doomsday when we didn't have any ways to interact with it twice. Or rather, we even did. We had a daze, and then they just had force, and that's sort of the power level of Doomsday. So I don't feel like there was that much to be gleaned. Um, I'm not even confident that like if we had resolved the Teferi in the last game that we wouldn't have lost anyways, because the last like they had 3 cards left in the deck, and 2 of those were bound to be Thassa's Oracle and Cavern of Souls. So that is a very good, it's a very good pile. I typically have not been in favor of bringing in Sheldog Isle and Emrakul versus combo mirrors, but against like blue combo mirrors, maybe that's actually like a fine thing. Yeah. All right. Well, I think it was an interesting league. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to do better next time and all that. But until then, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe in the new year, and I'll see you back for some more Legacy.